The human race has fought for itself since the start of our existence. From cavemen, hunters and gatherers, learning to fend for themselves or with their tribes, to today where we stand in the midst of control and fight for our spots within this world. We have always had the spirit to persevere. If not for that, our ancestors would have croaked a long time ago. However, in order for us to be here, they had to make sacrifices. They had to fight for their beliefs, and in many ways, put their lives on the line. Failure wasn't an option, so they shot for the only thing that had to happen: success, even if it cost them their life. Halo Reach is a game all about the start of the Halo series. Even though the game was released later than Halo 3, which was smack dab in the middle of the games, Reach's story was the prequel to what would now be known as the Halo series. It followed a cast of Spartans who are in the special forces group called Noble Team, that are trying to take down the main antagonists of our story, the Covenant, a massive group of aliens whose goal is to wipe out all of humanity. It's an incredible story about the inevitability of war and suffering, and this idea that sacrifices need to be made in order to have a chance at victory. It is heartbreaking, it is depressing, and even better, it makes you really lose whatever hope Noble Six had throughout the story. I will be covering many parts of what made this game change my idea on success, and that includes the ending and important parts of the story. This is a spoiler warning going forward. This is how Halo Reach redefined success. Going into Halo Reach, I was worried. My only real experience playing Halo was Halo 3, which I thought was an incredible game I played as a kid, but rarely knew what the story was about starting from the middle. However, when I loaded up this game, I was met with an incredible realization. This game is nothing like Halo 3, and it is fucking incredible. Halo Reach makes you feel constantly like everyone is dying. Whether you are going through the first mission or later in the game, there are multiple instances where you are trekking through the beautiful yet unsettling landscapes, filled with corpses of your comrades, or even cutscenes that make you want to grab your weapon mid-scene and just start blasting. There is a real sense of desperation I had while playing this game. Not in a way that seemed like I needed to play video games, but in a way that there wasn't an option to shit the bed. The game constantly felt like the stakes were high as ever, and you had to be damn sure of every move you made. With things like enemies having gravity hammers, sticky grenades, and even energy swords, you had to make sure every move you made counted, because it wasn't just you versus one elite. It was you versus the entire fleet. And you felt every moment of it. Especially when you had a group of 5 soldiers along for the ride with you, and you just saw some of them dropping mid-fight. This was something I don't remember as much with Halo 3, where it really felt like when you lost someone on your team, you really lost one. It's not like you had an entire army. It deadass felt like the whole game, like you were outnumbered 10-1. And the lifeless bodies of your soldiers being blasted right in front of your eyes was something very unnerving. I never felt that in a Halo game before. That desperation and sorrow carried into the cutscenes as though the impending doom was moments away at any corner the Noble Team pursued. You watch the members drop throughout the missions, the cutscenes getting increasingly more sad as the numbers fell, and every time they were on screen. It was almost as if the game was letting you know you were slowly running out of time. The thing that really impressed me about this installment is the tone of the game in general. With such a grave tone and great pacing to what is this slow crawl to an impending doom, the music and the atmosphere really delivered. They really knocked this out of the park. Just for real, listen to this shit.
Max Sabadov Siva.
Noble 5. Please repeat.
Pull-up surface grid 19 by 22.
Gladly. Only sword base, sector 18G.
Thermal enhance.
Noble 5, your pulse is elevated. There is nothing you can do for Dr. Woolsey and the others inside sword base. The mathematics are determinate. Noble 5?
I know.
Bravo, United and cleared to re-engage thrusters. Noble 6, this is Holland.
Go ahead, Colonel.
We've flagged a Corvette-class vessel on a predicted docking track with our target. Get our makeshift bomb on that Corvette, and we have our delivery system. Noble 5 will escort the bomb. I need your Saber team to clear the way for boarding.
Understood, Colonel.
As she's already donated her slip space drive to the cause, the Savannah will be joining you to provide local fire support. UNSC Savannah. Our wings may be clipped, but we've got your back.
I know you felt that just a little bit. It's eerie, it's hopeful, but last but most importantly, it has an anxiety-like feeling about it. The drums or ambience speeding up or slowing down, and this constant fluctuation of rhythm and dynamics really makes you feel like everything the game is trying to convey to you. It's incredible, and this on top of levels and cutscenes really brought this game to life in a way that most games don't really do on this
Any
scale.
closer is too hot to land.
Copy that, Commander.
Move up the beach, Noble.
Throughout the story of the game, there is more than just incredible music, atmosphere, and tone to the game. I mentioned earlier that there is a lot of death. Like a ton of casualties. And that was something that made the game so filled with bloodlust and despair. But there was one thing that changed how I felt about all of these deaths. It was that they mattered. And what do I exactly mean by that? Our first Noble Team death was by Carter, the leader of the group, who had to deactivate a bomb in one of the Covenant's ships after the timer failed and someone had to stay back to manually disarm it. He threw Noble 6 off the ship, sacrificing himself to the greater good. Multiple members of the team died holding down posts, going through with plans that would achieve the most success, or sacrificing themselves for the chance of humanity itself surviving. That is what is so interesting about this story. Their sacrifice was another small win in humanity's tool belt. This despair and pain was followed up by more times that the human race could come out on top. And that got me thinking, was their death really that sad in the first place? Or was it essential? Was them dying a failure or truly a success? It made me think back to something I heard a while ago. A fundamental question of character that doesn't get talked about enough. Would you sacrifice yourself if it meant everyone else got to live? That is what Halo Reach tackled on a first-hand basis. And here I was thinking it was just going to be another alien shooter. It was more than just a game, and more than just a concept. It was about something bigger than ourselves. One of the last missions was after you were getting an AI, which was just Cortana, into your comrade's hands. After you were bombarded with another wave of aliens, you realized that the last member of Noble Team that was supposed to be guarding the missiles to make sure you had a clear retreat ended up getting slimed out by a member of the Covenant. Your only way of escaping safely was now shut down. Noble 6, the last member, when being asked if he was leaving with the rest of humanity, decided to stay.
Negative. I have the gun. Good luck, sir.
Good luck to you, Spartan.
You fight through the last few hordes of enemies and get to the cannons. As the human race makes their escape, you fend off the remaining Covenant ships that try to ambush you and them. You succeed, allowing them to escape, leaving you and everyone who has died behind on Reach. A place filled with the Covenant and every member that has ever fought with you on this planet. The humans were able to move forward. You, however, were not. A sacrifice worthy of a Spartan. The final mission of Reach is my favorite mission of the game, and it doesn't have a happy ending. Fuck, when I first played it, it had one of the saddest endings of any game I've ever gone through. The last and final mission of Halo Reach is called Lone Wolf. All of your comrades have left the island. It's just you. And that hourglass of time is now starting to speed up. The last few grains of sand falling quicker than ever. The only objective at this point is to survive. There is no one coming back. No person to call out for backup. Just you. a Spartan and a swarm of pissed-off Covenant looking to rip the only remaining member of the human race on that island to shreds. As I went through this fight, I realized that this wasn't a battle I could win. I wondered if I held out long enough things wouldn't fall apart, but they did. And Noble 6, just like the rest of the team, fell fighting all the way to his grave. A story worthy of a soldier. When the game finished, I thought it was a sad ending. It was fucked up how someone could just die like that after everything Noble 6 did for their cause and the team. Then I realized I was just another member of the Noble team, each making their sacrifice in their own unique way. It wasn't a sad ending, but another chance for the human race as a whole. And they succeeded. The Spartans succeeded. Whether it was through the life they gave or the death they fought through, it was all that extra chance in what they believed in. The success of the human race. So I learned that success isn't defined by whether you win or lose, die or live. It's defined by what you do now. Being a Spartan wasn't about being a warrior. It was about having the courage to try to succeed regardless of the sacrifice. Some would say that being a Spartan was being truly noble.
Victory. Your victory was so close. I wish you could have lived to see it. But you belong to Reach. Your body, your armor, all burned and turned to glass. Everything. Except your courage. That you gave to us. And with it, we can rebuild.
Thank you for watching. This video is supported from people such as Average Sean, and I hope you have a wonderful day.